If you know you are the one in charge, then you have the opportunity to control your intention, your expectation, and what you choose to say and how you say it.
In your experience so far with those who go to you for career clarity, kumbaga, what have been the most actionable steps that you have given them that have worked for them?
It's freedom from time. You have to have a different relationship to time.
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 Please let me know how this is related to career goals.
Our relationship to time it's limited, diba? And we each point in our lives based on age, you are in a certain mold, and the best way to go about it is you have to make sure habang bata ka, huwag ka muna mag-date. Ano ka? Ano ka muna? Chill. Kasi mangyari na, magkakamali ka pag nandito. It's one way of doing it, but if not all of us are able to have that. Some of us nagka-girlfriend tayo nung 13 years old. What does that mean? Does that mean we are changed permanently? When you look at that, the permanence of it assumes your relationship to time is hindi mo na mababalikan. And also, it assumes you cannot change things. Or you will also not change yourself. We are very different people at so many different points in our lives. It's so hard to keep it together as yourself because you're always recalibrating who you are based on what you want versus the environment, what the resources are being given to you. You're talking about values earlier. Your values change. Sometimes they don't change, but the hierarchy of values also change, which also influences the priorities and the to-dos. When your values change or the hierarchy changes, but you do not change the way you're doing things kasi sabi mo, vision mo is itong mangyayari sa'yo, then you start to get upset, you start feeling resentment. There's a tension between what you said and what you actually accept. How we are in one area of our life is how we are in all areas of our lives because it's always about the hierarchy of values.
I didn't know that that's what Miguel would answer. It's such an unexpected answer for me that I asked about career and he answers time. So I want to dig into that a bit more. Rewind to when Lynn, your wife, was a guest on Paano Ba To Live. She had a quote and it stuck with me.
One of the best advice I ever got regarding this is to understand that you have the power to change your own narrative.
Sabi niya, a lot of times yung feeling of failure or disappointment comes from we had this blueprint in our head na dito tayo by 20, 25, 30, 35, dito tayo. And when it doesn't go according to our blueprint, dun tayo we feel, hassle, parang may kulang ba? Did I fail? And she said that we have to remember and we have to remind ourselves that we have the power to change and rewrite that blueprint. So my question is that sort of related to what you said about time, na parang it's expectations of our timeline and working through that and rewriting that?
Babalik tayo sa why. Saan ba galing yung timeline mo? Let's just say, for example, your career path was decided for you or you decided on it at age 20. Okay? Our values change, the things we know, how we understand life at 25, very different. It's about calibrating if you're in the same path. It's not about rewriting the path. You're just talking about the present day. It doesn't undo anything. Hindi mo na mababago to eh. But use the path until it no longer serves you and do not feel you need to stay in a path you said you would stay in at age 20 when you're already 30.
Parang you're still using the old laptop. Naka-tablet na lahat ng tao, naka-desktop ka pa.
It does you a disservice if you're holding on to something that no longer serves you. So it's about reflection. And there's, I guess, one thing I want to leave is the two ways of reflecting. There's primary reflection, which is just reacting. Pag may nangyari, you react to it. Secondary reflection is thinking about the way you think. Asking for people's advice and looking for the answer is just you waiting for it. That's primary. You receiving advice and you challenging that across different ideologies, perspectives. That is what you need to do in order to anchor your decisions more. Saan ba nanggagaling? Dahil may tiwala ka lang dito. What about your choice? So it's really about making yourself capable to understand multiple perspectives, multiple viewpoints, and then having the courage to say, dito ako pupunta. And to Lynn's point, if at some point, pwede mong sabihin mali or outdated na, time to do that. But no one is really stopping you from doing that.
Yeah, yeah.
Just remembered something I can leave you with, and you can write this down. It's very useful. I use it for all coaching sessions. There are only 3 reasons why nagkakaroon tayo ng sama ng loob.
Sama ng loob.
Sama ng loob for anything.
Okay.
So the premise is,
We are in one area of your life, we're the same in all areas of your life. Meaning you use this in one, you can use it in all. Sama ng loob, upset, things that we don't want. Ganyan. Only 3 things. One is intention. Thwarted intention. May intention tayo, pero hindi natuloy. Example, we're working, tapos may narinig tayong merong sale sa mall. Tapos pero umulan ng sobrang lakas. Hindi tayo nakapunta dahil walang jeep na dumaan. Galit tayo sa ulan. Nothing wrong with the rain. The rain didn't do anything to you, pero galit ka sa ulan. Okay? Bakit ngayon pa nangyari? Galit ka pa kay Lord siguro. You take out the intention to go to that sale, there is nothing wrong with the rain. The relationship with the rain happened because nagka-intention ka. May gusto kang puntahan at may humadlang, galit ka dun sa humadlang. Sample 1. Okay? So, without intention, there is no issue with the rain. Number 2 is expectation. Most people's favorite, unmet expectation. Expectation is, I have an idea of what I want, yet it falls short. It could be expectation for ourselves or another person, or an experience, a place, your food, this program. Meron nang nabuo. The third is communication, or what we call undelivered communication. May gusto kong sabihin sa inyo, pero hindi ko nasabi. Therefore, maiinis ako dahil hindi ko siya nasabi. It could be me to you. It could also be you to me. Hindi ka pa nag-sorry sa akin eh. Undelivered communication. Until she does, sama loob ko sa kanya. That's also, dun din siya nag-merge with unmet expectation. I'm expecting an apology. So, we're looking at the 3 different things. Intention, expectation, and communication. If you know you are the one in charge, then you have the opportunity to control your intention, your expectation, and what you choose to say and how you say it. Also, communication can be, may sinabi ako kay B, pero 98% lang yung nagets niya. May inis din ako. 2% din na nagets, may miscom. Isa din yun. And then, tumatalon din siya, well, why did I expect her to understand it based on how I said it? Anything you want to do dances around just those 3 things. Intention, expectation, and communication. Meaning all your problems are only around these 3.
Another brave soul who would like to ask before we close this, is it you? Meron na may half.
Yun.
Okay.
Paano ba natin, may stop yung sarili natin maging guilty kapag meron tayong certain time sa buhay natin na talagang hindi na natin siya pwedeng mabago? Kasi sa akin, ang background lang. Ang nangyari is, nag-stop ako mag-aral and then nag-work ako. So parang ngayon, minsan naiisip ko if tama ba na nag-stop ako before? Parang feeling ko kasi ngayon parang nauubusan ako ng time kasi yung mga kasabay ko or yung ibang nakikita ko is graduate na or yung iba nasa career na talagang gusto nila, which is ako hindi pa dahil nag-stay pa ako dun sa career na kailangan ko pa lang.
dahil
In the
napag-iwanan ka ng...
Something like that.
Okay. Daanan natin ang intention, expectation, and communication.
Hirap no na regret that weighs on you.
It might be easier than you think also. San galing an expectation that you have to be a certain place right now? Society. The biggest, most annoying reference point is reunions. Why?
Yan.
Kasi yun yung equal muna kayo eh. Tapos nakita mo iba gumanon, ikaw, di mo alam, hahanapin mo kung saan. Bad trip ka na nandito ka, di ba? That is an expectation we set for ourselves. However it was given to you, whether you were nurtured that way or you decided, I'm gonna be the best. However it is that you want, expectation. And you said, anong gusto mong gawin? Kailangan umangat, intention. It's really about understanding saan ba nanggagaling yung goals mo. You were always doing, paano ba to? But did you understand where that goal came from? So it's about forgiveness of the self. Because if nag-invest ka dun sa goal mo, you feel there's a failure kasi dun nakabase. That's the reference point. First and foremost, you want to compare yourself not to other people but who you are yesterday. You want to compare yourself to yourself. That's where you see the growth. Let's say lahat tayo magka-batchmate. Ibang pinagdadaanan niya. Might be have family issues, resource issues, time, health, timing. Some people are lucky. Some people are not. And it's unfair. Any more than another person feels like they have to peg their success on yours. But that's what you were doing. One is forgiveness, because there's a more meaningful way of being, which is look at your growth. Kung gaano ka nagbabago as you. Don't look at anyone else. You'll see you grew. Do not compare yourself to other people, but to the version of yourself you were yesterday. In order to do that, there's an understanding on forgiveness. Being light around the things you said you were going to be when you're 20, but you're not 20 anymore. Baka nagbago na yun, hindi mo siya nakalibrate. The breakthroughs are on unmet expectations. And after you find out that, what is your new intention? You have to give up this intention first. We always say the new self can only take place if the old self dies first. But burning anything of part of yourself hurts. Dun yung forgiveness.
Easier said than done to not compare or not be pressured by the expectations of others, family, society, friends. Know that where you are in your life right now is where you're meant to be, and you have to honor it.
Late is an expectation. For as long as it's in your life, you will always peg everything. Am I late? Am I early? That's why, what did we say earlier? Time is such an unseen layer to this. And the experience is take out late and understand that you are not finished. You are never finished. Therefore, there is no late. Okay? It's up to you how you want to take things out. What do you want to take out? What do you want to add? What you get this? Ay, gusto ko